basketball facility and you play basketball and you have a team who come join up. I remember last year there was Queen's College, one of the schools around there. There was also ISL, amongst the schools that brought their students to come and participate in this junior league. So there's under 18, under 16. So they're just calling on basically everybody who loves basketball and wants to be a part of the junior league should come out tomorrow at Roe Park. I think it's going to be 11 a.m. There'll be a stakeholders conference in order to prepare for the 2015 season. A junior league that runs for 6 months.
Wow.
Even the National Basketball League doesn't run for that long. So it's commendable, what the Lagos State Basketball Association is doing. And of course, the technical director himself, of course, he put this together by the Latin. I think they're doing a fantastic job and they need more support. Unfortunately, they don't have a sponsor. I'm not supposed to be campaigning for them, but things like this are what should because you are sporting out talents. You are building talents for tomorrow. And the theme of the competition is not all about winning, it's just producing talents. The more you play, the better you get. So what they're trying to push out is let these kids play this game that they love to play. They don't. If you win, fine. If you don't win, fine. There's no money attached to it. It's just the medals that come with it at the end of the day. And then there's a basketball clinic that comes up after every season, where the best players, everybody goes through the clinic, but the best players are now selected just individually, play an all-star game, and just get some treatment. So really, it's a fantastic idea for grooming talents and developing talent. That's why Lagos State basketball is always going to be difficult to beat them up because they keep coming up, with innovative ideas like this. And I just wish other states can just pick, from what Lagos State is doing. And so we have something competitive. So from Lagos State, it can become an state competition, an under 18 league or an under 16 league. It's possible. We have the NCAA in America, we have the high school league, the AAU, in America that brings up this talent. So if Lagos State is going that way, I think other states will follow. And of course, it's just for the betterment of the sports at the end of the day. Because basketball, like I say, is always second to none. Although they say football is the king of sport, but there's no excitement.
When you want to take it to the streets, it has to be basketball. I mean, with a program as this that involves the schools, talent discovery and development, we just need to support it. Let's quickly go to the NBA. And some sort of panic buying from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, it's all about the mix not working. LeBron James has come to town, but the mix not working yet. David Blatt is coming from a different league. Perhaps that's the reason why, or injuries. They've lost Anderson Varejao for the rest of the season. Their only core center, and LeBron James has been out too. Missed a couple of games. So they're buying big. Two nights ago we had the bought J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert from the New York Knicks. Now it's Timofey Mozgov from the Denver Nuggets. I think I like this buy particularly because he fills in for Varejao, who's out. So now you have someone who is more of a rim protector, who comes in, to fill in that big space from inside, and they can also fight. And he's not very bad. I think he has averaged like 8.5 points per game and 7.8 rebounds. And not too bad, for a Russian, who is just playing in the league for the fifth year.
Everyone is trying to understand this, Femi. NBA team owners approve Atlanta Hawks for sale. They're not going through what the New York Knicks going through at the moment, and then you want to start asking questions.
Well, surprisingly, they are topping the East at the moment.
Yeah.
They have the best record in the NBA since December 1st, 18-2. And of course, they have the best record in the East, like I said earlier. But the thing is, about last year was not about last year. There was an issue with the general manager. His name is Danny Ferry, who was caught, making some racial comments via email. So his email was tapped, and of course it was seen, and of course it was given an indefinite leave. So on that note, we were told that the New York Knicks had to change ownership. So the NBA team owners came together and said, no, they're not going to allow it because Atlanta is a city that is full of blacks, and they won't allow that to happen. So finally, we hear that it's going to be sold, to new owners. The new owners, one of the owners coming around is actually from Seattle. There used to be a team called the Seattle Supersonics, but the Atlanta fans don't want that to happen. So with the rights of the team going out, also the arena itself, the Phillips Arena, which also hosts NHL games, that is the National Hockey League 2, will be going up for sale. So perhaps it might affect the hockey team playing there. But the Atlanta Hawks at the moment are a team to actually watch out for. They've been smoking hot at the moment. Like I said, they're the best team in the East at the moment, topping the league. And of course, since 93-94 season, they've not had this sort of form. So good for them.
Then you start wondering, and then hopefully this this will not distract the team.
Well, I think it's better for them because the whole city is against, the present management for the fact that, we remember what happened, to the Clippers when the man was caught, making some comments. But it's the worth of the team now that is of big concern. It's worth about $423 million according to Forbes. But you never know. I remember the Clippers was worth about $527 million, and it was eventually sold for $2 billion. So this perhaps might just blow the scale, but let's just wait and see who buys it eventually at the end of the day.
Okay, updates coming from the NBA, but let's look at the fixtures for tonight. From when you look at the screen, which of these games are you looking forward to?
Definitely not the Houston Rockets, New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are so poor right now. Nobody wants to watch them. We just talked about, Sonny talked about their 13-game losing streak, and they are last in the East. In case you don't know, the New York Knicks are bottom with Carmelo Anthony and Marissa Stoudemire. You can mention that. But Houston Rockets look very good. They are fifth, and they have a 24-win to 11 record in the West. But the team I would really like to watch tonight would actually be the Toronto Raptors and Charlotte Hornets. Of course, the Knicks, Masai Ujiri's team, he's the GM of Toronto Raptors, and they are doing very well. They are second in the Eastern log at the moment, and of course they are cruising. They'll be playing the Charlotte Hornets, who are 11th in the East. So it's an all-Eastern affair there. The Miami Heat, they've lost their heat, since LeBron James left the city of Miami. Yeah. They've been struggling. They're not too good at all. They'll be playing the Portland Trail Blazers, who too are not doing very badly this season. Damian Lillard has grown in leaps and bounds, and I tell you, that team is a team to watch. The Western Conference actually is being very tough. If you look at it from history, teams that don't get to win 50% of their games before the All-Star don't get to make the playoffs.
Yep.
But in the Eastern Conference, you have two teams in the playoff bracket already. The Brooklyn Nets and Miami Heat, who are 8th, in that conference, below 50%, and yet they are in it. So the Eastern Conference perhaps might see some teams springing up. The Portland Trail Blazers, I said, the Pacers are not there. They could push in, at some point of the season. You never can rule that out. But that Western Conference is so tight.
That's the conference to actually watch, the Western Conference. Thanks so much, Femi, for coming on the program. And all of you, thank you for all of those updates coming from the NBA. So that's about it. With that done, we'll wrap up sports tonight on Channels Television, but we'll not leave without taking this comment from Michael Abiola. He says, in all sense, Vincent Nyama deserves to be crowned African champion. More than 20 clean sheets for Lille and winning the African Cup of Nations, unlike Yaya Toure. So that's it. With that, we wrap up our sport for Vincent Nyama, because by tomorrow we will be telling you the results coming from the African Footballer of the Year award ceremony on behalf of the ever-dedicated sports team at Channels Television Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Austin Okonakwan. Sports is so much fun. So in everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.